A public school I go, look at how I am. What happened to the Nigerian public school system? Somebody chop am. That big belly you dey see now, public school dey inside am. We're not saying that our candidate must win. Don't cheat and give him the victory. If you cheat and give Obi the victory, I will reject it. We are simply saying, let the rules be obeyed. That's the country that we want.
One Voice Africa TV, telling real African stories.
Let's honor our own Nigeria with a standing ovation. Let's do it. Honor to whom honor is due.
Good evening, everyone. Senate, presidency. All of them, Labour Party, swept. We didn't finish counting those votes till about 5:30 in the morning. When we finished counting, we said, you must upload in our front. So we stood there. They told us that they can't upload. We said, we are not going to leave here until the results are uploaded. It was not until about 7:38 in the morning that the guy uploaded the result, or told us he uploaded, and showed us something that said he had uploaded. So we left that polling unit 8:30 in the morning on Sunday. 24 hours we were in that polling unit. We became friends in that polling unit. I met so many first-time voters on that polling unit. The one that touched my heart the most was around 8 in the morning, a couple walked into the polling place. They were on their way to the police station to go and report that their son was missing because they had not seen him all night. And the mother just said, let me just check the polling booth. And they found the boy there. First-time voter. He had come out to vote and stayed out all night counting the vote with us without telling his parents. That is the type of energy that people will be inspired in people. It was not the tactical or cynical voting of experienced politicians.
And as a young man, things are not going well. Actually.
This was people voting with their hearts, with their soul, with their conscience. I've voted before, many times, in elections that were rigged.
That since I was born, this is my first time of voting.
After voting, when you hear the election was rigged, you just say, "Oh, no problem," and you go. Because anyway, A or B, they are not different. But in an election where you voted with your heart, rigging is like rape. It's like you've just been raped. There is a hurt you feel that you can't describe. I went online to check for the results of my polling unit. I didn't see it. I said, so what was it that person said he uploaded at that polling unit? For 3 days, I didn't see my results on that IRF portal. What were they doing for 3 days?
It's going to count. I believe it's going to count, and it's counting already.
If you are playing a football match and the players are cheating, it is bearable. But if you're playing a football match and the referee is cheating, we cannot bear that. That is institutional rigging. It is worse than corruption, individual corruption, it's systemic corruption. There are 3 things technology was supposed to do for us at the polling unit. 1, verify the voter. Number 2, once the results are announced and written, transmit it electronically to the next collation center. And then number 3, upload it to the portal so that the public can see. Those are 3 things technology was supposed to do. And those things were there for a reason. You see, the moment you upload the result from the polling unit, you are protecting the polling unit officer. Because all the thugs now know that there is no benefit in hijacking, waylaying, brutalizing, beating anybody because the result don't go. So you're protecting their lives. But these people don't care about the lives of human beings. Number 2, it gives transparency. We are not power hungry. I grew up doing sports. If you fight and you lose, at the end you bow to your opponents. We go meet again next time. There is nothing in losing honorably to somebody that beats you fair and square. But some people don't have honor. They don't mind to kill. They don't mind to steal just to stay in office. In Kano, they burnt people in a building. At least 2 people have been reported dead, burnt in a building by a politician for power. When thieves and murderers are in power, stealing and murder can never stop in the land. It's not possible. You cannot give what you do not have. And there is no amount of road or bridge that you can build that can compensate for the lives that you have taken. We cannot be bribed with road and bridge and rice when our brothers and sisters, our children, are being consumed so that people can stay in office. So this is a struggle. It is an ideological struggle. It is a principled struggle. You see, the generation that Nigeria was good to, the generation that went to school and slept one in a room, at a university were eating free food in canteen, the generation that as you come out of university, you have a job with a car, the generation that Nigeria was good to is the generation that has turned around and raped the country to death. But I tell you, the generation that has been born in the wilderness, the one where no seafood chop, the one that slept 10-10 in a room at university, the one that had to walk 5 years on the road with a first-class degree before they got their first job, it is that generation that will save Nigeria. That is the irony of the country we live in. Because Nigeria is destined for greatness, but the country has been hijacked by thieves and murderers in power. So we must stay the course. And there are 2 things that we must watch out for. There are two ways they are going to try and derail us. One, they are going to try to split the movement along ethnic and religious grounds. So they'll start telling you that Peter Obi is an Igbo candidate, is a Christian candidate. You have to be wise and avoid that trap. Because we know that he's neither a Christian candidate nor an Igbo candidate. He's a candidate for those that believe that the end does not justify the means. If you want to be called excellency, then follow an excellent path. So don't allow anybody to make you tribalize this thing. Peter Obi, I'm an Igbo guy. Peter Obi does not belong to Ndi Igbo. And as Igbos, let's be careful not to begin to show possessiveness over him as if now we get and pass other people. No be we get and pass other people. If now only we support him, he no go anywhere. Let us always ensure that other tribes and other religions are comfortable in our meetings. Let us always make space and be sensitive to their own needs and desires. Those of us Labour Party candidates that have won election here in the FCT and other places, where as a non-indigene you have won election in a place outside of your state of origin, be wise. Be wise and remember to carry the needs of the indigenes in your hearts in the way that their own brother did not carry when he was in power. That is how to consolidate on victory. We must avoid the banana peel of tribalism. Let them not scatter us on the grounds of tribalism. The Muslim is my brother. The Idoma is my brother. The Fulani is my brother. As long as we both believe in a country where everybody is equal before the law. The only division here is between those who will do anything for political power and those who will not. And Peter Obi will not. And I will not. That is who we are. So let them not divide us on grounds of ethnicity and religion. Please, it's very important because they will try very hard. The number two thing they will try is to say that you're an anarchist because your candidate no win. You want to tear everything. You want to burn everything. No, that is not who we are. That is why I listen carefully to Peter Obi's first media or press briefing. And I said, yes, this man has shown why I supported him. He didn't ask anybody to burn anything. He didn't ask anybody to pull down anything. He said, I am obedient. You said I should go to court. I am going to court. That is who we are. Even though we know that the court is compromised. Even though we know that some people have been investing in the judiciary for years to ensure that in situations like this, the judgments may go their way. Still, we believe in the rule of law and therefore we'll go to court. Because there is God in heaven and you never know what can happen. You never know what can happen. And I tell you, even if they win in that court, they cannot win in the court of public opinion. That tag of thief will stay with you for the rest of your life. Every time your name is mentioned, the 2023 election will be a subtext in your profile and your CV for the rest of your life. There is no law in this country that stops me. Every time you walk into the room, I may rise up in respect because you are president or you are minister. But when you pass, I go say, Ulinie, Barao, Onyoshi. Nothing can stop me from saying that under my breath because that is social censure and you can never avoid social censure. So my people, do not be moved. Don't let anybody push you into a tribalistic response. Don't let anybody push you into an anarchist response. No, we respect the Constitution. We respect the law. Because one day our own person will be in that office. And the day our own person is in that office, the same way me, I chop ham when your person was there, you go chop ham when my person is there. So we must respect and preserve the sanctity of that office. We are going to court. And anything can happen in court. It is 50-50. As rigged as the system is, it is 50-50. Do you understand what I'm saying? It is possible that we can reclaim that mandate through the court. It is very, very possible. But more than that, whatever happens, this government that is coming must not be totally in the grip of the APC and the cabal, not even the APC, the cabal inside the APC. Because we get many APC people, we get sense, we get conscience. We don't like waiting they happen. For that cabal inside, this government must not be totally in their grip. That is why it is important that 6 people from Labour Party are in the Senate. That over 35 people from Labour Party are in the House of Reps. Because they will provide alternative voices. Even if they are not the majority, the minority must have its say. We go here waiting they really happen. Not just one side of the story. And that is why next week Saturday is important. For the obedient movement to really touch down, it must win executive power somewhere. We must get one governor somewhere. We must touch down in one state somewhere. It is important to this revolution, to this struggle. So I know we are in the FCT, we don't get governorship election, but we all come from certain states. Begin now, whatever you can do. If you can travel and give moral support, fine. If you cannot, let your money speak for you. I'm from Abia State. I've already started sending my resources down because Labour Party has a good chance of winning the governorship in Abia State. And I believe that we shall win in Abia State. Somewhere we must get governor. Because governor now, you know that when they say we don't get structure, we the people are the structure. Now we want to add cornerstone to that structure. Now cornerstone we want to add to that structure.
Hello, I'm One Voice Africa TV, and I'm here to tell you a story. Africans, oof, we have been through a lot. From slavery, drought, underdevelopment, the list goes on. But Africa, through it all, is strong and unrelenting. Billions of people are struggling to fulfill a seemingly different agenda, but we are all in pursuit of one collective destiny. We all need just one dream, one day, 1 hour, 1 minute, 1 second, one Africa. We are Unify Africa, and we have come to celebrate and showcase our continent towards a united future. We are celebrating what we have become as a people as we look towards a stronger and more united Africa. We believe in peace, unity, and economic growth through investment in Africa by Africans. Unify Africa draws the world's attention to artistic expressions, including art, trade, music, dance, and discussions of the progress of the people here on the continent and in diaspora. Join us, let us synergize and create one Africa in soil, soul, and gold. Let us unify Africa. One Voice Africa TV, telling real African stories.
It is not beans for a movement that started 9 months ago from nothing. From nothing. Look at where we are now. It shows you the strength of a people. You cannot defeat a disciplined movement. You can defeat a mob. You can defeat a rabble. You can defeat an anarchist crowd. But a movement where they disciplined, where no waiting they find, you can't defeat it. You cannot break it. So let us remember that our commitment is to a better Nigeria. For INEC to stand up and say it is not compulsory for it to transmit results. Meanwhile, it is in its own bylaw. How can you have that audacity to say that you are not under any obligation to obey your own law? That is where we have descended to as a country. And we want to save our country from there. To a place where if you see it written down in the law, you know it will be obeyed. We're not saying that our candidate must win. Don't cheat and give him the victory. If you cheat and give Obi the victory, I will reject it. We are simply saying Let the rules be obeyed. That's the country that we want. We will follow the rules. We are not going anywhere. We believe that mandate will be reclaimed in court. If it's not reclaimed in court, we shall meet you in 2027 with greater strength and anger than you saw in 2023. But either way, this country has turned a corner and we are not going back. We are not going back to where we were. Thieves and murderers cannot be in office and just sit down comfortably in Nigeria. Not anymore. As long as you and me and all those thousands of people I saw are willing to come out. Look, I believe that if everybody had behaved like we behaved in our polling booths, because me, I snapped the picture of that result. Signed. So if anybody wants time for evidence, he did. If in every polling booth we behave like that, you stay. You are not going anywhere. You bring your mat, you bring your food, you bring your water, you stay. And you ensure that the result is signed. You snap it. We'll reduce all this nonsense. At public school I go, look at how I am. What happened to the Nigerian public school system? Somebody chop am. That big belly you they see now, public school, they inside them. And that is what we're saying. We want a country that works. Any contract you give me, one day the money will finish. One day I will have some disease at the end of my life and they'll be flying me to India, flying me to America, looking for hospital over the whole place. Is it not a shameful thing? After your time in office, you die in a foreign land because in your time in office, you could not give us a functional health system. We want a functional health system. So we must stay the course, no matter how long it takes. If it takes 3 weeks, thank God. If it takes 3 years, we do. I am not jackpying anywhere. The opportunities are there, but my destiny no day outside. My destiny is here. And that is why I am here, by choice, with intention. And nobody. I have been doing this thing long before talking about Nigeria was in vogue. Mo told you, we've been traveling around. We've gone to Kano, we've gone to Maiduguri, we've gone to everywhere preaching Nigeria. Because I know that this country is destined for greatness. And I have brought myself forward. I'll be part of that process, that labor process, that painful. You don't see a woman for labor before. You don't see me, I don't see 4 times. It's not funny. But today we are all that woman in labor. And we will not die in labor. We will deliver that child safely. It shall happen in our lifetime. So let us stay united. Christian, Muslim, Northerner, Southerner. Let us stay united in our belief in a better country. And in the way to that better country, that we need to begin to elect people who have character and competence. Period. Finish. No other grammar. As long as we stay united and we refuse to be discouraged no matter what they tell us, no matter what they throw at us, victory.